a lot, Kirk. Definitely thank everyone for coming out here. I want to thank Brian for letting us use his house as well. And real quick, I want to kind of give him a nice round of applause for being rank advancing to the newest bronze leader. Alright, so a little bit about me. I'm going to keep this short because I know some guys have been waiting around here for a while, and because we got another group coming in at about 10:45, 11 o'clock. So I'm going to keep it short, so please excuse me talking really fast. But my name's Jeffery Ramaglia, like Kirk said. I heard about this concept, this idea, this company probably about 7 months ago. I always had huge dreams, huge goals, huge ambitions, aspirations, and like where I wanted to go. Okay, the problem was something happened to me that probably happens to every single one of you. Somewhere along the line in life, someone said, stop dreaming so big. Alright, stop thinking you can do this. Start thinking you can do this, and this to get that. I got slapped in the face with reality, and I was planning on joining the military. Okay, so I had this game plan of exactly what I was going to do, but what was happening, I was taking the money I was getting from my parents, literally, and spending on stuff that most 15, 16, 17, 8-year-olds are spending on. I was partying a lot, I was smoking a lot, I made some stupid decisions. Long story short, I got arrested for shoplifting and busted for weed around the same time. My life did a complete 180. I'm sitting at home not knowing exactly what I'm doing at all. If anybody in this room can relate, awesome, that's why we're here, that's why you're in this room. After that night, I firmly believe everything happens for a reason, because that night I got hit up on Facebook by Kirk Roundtree over there. I talked to this kid probably 1-2 times in high school, and he's like, yo, me and my friends are making a whole bunch of money with this thing, come check it out, come hear some guest speakers, see what they have to say. Because of my situation in my life, and because I've always kind of had an open mind, I went and I checked it out. Best decision I've ever made. Okay, if I didn't go check this thing out, if I didn't give it my undivided attention, right now I would literally probably being in school for something I don't want to go to school for, probably working 1, 2, 3 part-time jobs to pay for it. Okay, so I really encourage every single one of you guys in this room to have an open mind, put the phones away, pay attention for the next 5-10 minutes, okay, get education, understanding, and make an educated opinion. Okay, so the first thing, whoever brought you here tonight, they're not trying to sell you on anything. They're not trying to, get you on board with anything. They're definitely not trying to scam you on anything. Okay, so if you're sitting here right now, you're like, okay, this product tastes great, but I don't want to sell my friends in anything. Awesome, because we don't sell shit. Alright, we're not here to sell anything. All your friends are trying to do is, I'm not Girl Scouts. All your friends are trying to do is share with you an opportunity. Show you what's going on. Show you what's going on in the system out there that we have in place in the real world. Okay, what's going on in this room, what's a better option, and how to work around it. Okay, so a little bit about what's going on out there, the system we have in place that we're all supposed to be doing. Okay, 53.6% of our college graduates last fall are unemployed right now, no job. 40% of them actually do get a job, working a job that doesn't even require a college degree in the first place. Now all these students, most of them are taking on a whole bunch of student loan debt. The average student loan debt for a student with a bachelor's degree is $35,000 per year. So these kids are taking out these hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt, coming out to a job market that just doesn't exist anymore. Because of that, 85% of student graduates with a bachelor's degree end up moving back home with their parents because they can't afford their student loans. They can't find a job that they were promised in the first place. Okay, so if you know anything about kind of economics or just history in general, it's recession, expansion, recession, expansion. You go back to the last recession, the Great Depression. What came out of it? A whole new system. The way that we have in place now. We went from bartering and trading and literally setting up little booths and farms to the corporation system we have today. John D. Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, and created these huge corporations. John D. Rockefeller created what's called the NEA, the National Education Association. If you haven't heard it, look it up. Okay, it's elementary school, middle school, high school, college, university. The system we have in place, he created that to teach people how to go get a degree and fill a job in his corporation. Now, if you don't see it right now, definitely watch the news. I encourage you not to watch it too much. It's really negative. But watch it for a little bit and see that the system is broken. Okay, so what's happening right now? We're in another recession. And what's going to happen after this recession? Another expansion. And what's going to happen? A completely new system. So if you're in here right now with a closed mind, I'm very sorry, but your mind kind of works like a parachute. Okay? If it's open, you're going to live. If you're closed, you're going to die. You got to adapt to the system we have in place right now in order to prosper. Okay, so if go back to like the 1900s when this country was founded in the first place. In 1900, over 90% of Americans were working for themselves. Like I said, setting up booths, setting up farms, bartering. Less than 10% of Americans were working for somebody else or for the government. Okay, if you flash forward now, most of you can probably guess those numbers are literally flip-flops. More than 90% of Americans are working for somebody else or for the government. Less than 10% of Americans are working for themselves. Okay, so what does that mean to me? That literally 90% of us, of Americans, are being forced to wake up in the morning to an alarm clock screaming in the air when they don't want to wake up, to go sit down at the dining room table and probably force-feed some cereal down their throat or drink a protein shake, to go hop in the car that they don't want to drive, they probably want to drive something nicer, to go drive to some office they don't want to drive to, sit at a desk they don't want to sit in, make phone calls they don't want to make, type numbers they don't want to type, ask permission to use the restroom, be told when allowed to eat lunch in this half-hour period, and be told when they're allowed to go home and see their family. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but that sounds a lot like slavery to me. Okay, I thought that was abolished a long time ago. If you actually look up the word employee, the second synonym is slave. Okay, so what's happening right now is the exact same thing that happened when the United States of America was founded. People are getting tired of taking orders from people. And what happened in the American Revolution? What's happening now? Another revolution. Okay, so you can either get on board with this thing or not. Okay, when I sat down with, at Tyler's place, he had no idea who he was at all. He started talking about this concept, this idea, this company. He told me what was in it. Verb is a product, Beam is a company that makes it, it's an acronym, vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, aloe. Long story short, it's incredibly healthy. Okay, I made this conscious decision that I was already spending money on Red Bull. I was probably drinking Red Bull every single morning. And it was a simple decision for me to transfer my dollars from that to this. Okay, then a couple kids come up, they start telling their story, kind of similar to what just happened right now. And finally, this kid named Andrew Yeager gets up and starts talking. Now, he was 20 years old at the time, making about $250,000 a year. Okay, now flash forward, literally a couple weeks or a couple days ago was the first time I've seen him since then. He came here standing right in this spot to help our team out. He's making over $500,000 a year now, 6 months later. Okay, and he was up there telling me this whole system, this concept, how it works, how he did what he did. Okay, and I learned something that night that absolutely changed my life. I learned that life is incredibly simple. All right, if you want to be a good basketball player, you study someone that's good at basketball. Okay, you want to be a good medical doctor, you study someone that's a good medical doctor. Okay, now why do 3% of Americans literally own 97% of all the money? Because for whatever reason, 97% of that population doesn't take that exact same simple concept and apply it to money. Nobody says, okay, I'm making $50,000 a year, I want to make $1 million a year, I should probably talk to someone making $1 million a year and ask them how he did it. And what you'll find is if you go and do that and ask someone making $1 million a year how he did it, they'll probably tell you. That's all I did. Okay, I heard this kid getting the results I wanted 3 years older than me. Okay, some kids stopped paying attention, some kids started texting. One kid actually left the room. If you want to leave the room tonight, the door's right there. What I did, I put my hands on my knees, eyes straight forward, ears wide open, and heard every single thing this kid had to say. Okay, he broke up the concept they're working with right now, affiliate marketing, that Kirk definitely nailed. I don't want to go into it too much, but just understand it's incredibly simple. All we do is become consumers of the product. You purchase the product. I purchased this 7 months ago. Okay, I ordered the product, whether it's 48 cans for $136 or 7 cases for $500. Ordered the product, shipped to my door like Amazon.com with FedEx. Okay, I started becoming a consumer of this product. I started drinking it every single day. Okay, because the healthiest liquid, multivitamin, and antioxidant on the planet. Started drinking it every single day, and the time spent the last 7 months, I've shared it with about 7 people. Of those 7 people, 4 still drink it, probably 1 of which is in, 2 of which are in this room right now. Of those 4, they've shared it with their friends, their friends, their friends, and their friends. And in total, I've reached out about 160 people that start consuming this product. So based off of how many still order this on a monthly basis, that's how the company writes my paycheck. Simple, simple concept. Okay, finally I asked this kid, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I make this thing work? And he told me the same thing I'm going to tell every single one of you guys right now. He said, I'm here tonight to show you what I've done, how I've done it, why I've done it, and to teach you guys how you can do it and how you can do it faster. Okay, so he gave me some books to read, some videos to watch, some audios to listen to, and as you can probably guess, he had the results I wanted. I started doing what he told me to do. I picked up a couple books. Okay, the first book I picked up is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And whether you get on board with me tonight or no big deal, okay, but definitely pick up that book. Barnes & Noble, $8. I actually have a couple in my trunk if you want one. Pick this freaking book up and read it. And it talks about a simple concept, a law of the universe called the law of attraction. And what that says simply is our thoughts create our reality. Whatever you have in this present moment, you attract it at an earlier point in time. Okay, what that means is whatever you focus on most, you're literally manifesting into reality. So the first thing I did, I changed my thought process. Okay, I stopped focusing on the negative like most people do about the bills, about making it through this week. I started focusing on prosperity. I went online, Googled all the cars I wanted to drive, houses I wanted to live in, the lifestyle I wanted, the vacation, put it all up on my wall. I started focusing on positivity, and immediately my results started to change. And the second book I picked up was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Again, write this down. I don't know why nobody's not writing it down. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, he's a multi-millionaire. Okay, and that's actually the #1 business book. It's been there for like 9 years. It talks about a simple concept: what the rich parents teach their kids that the poor and middle-class parents don't. And simply put, what it is the poor and middle-class parents teach their kids to go out and work a job, trade hours for dollars, the most valuable asset for something less valuable, and take everything you earn in that job and use it and trade it for your expenses. What that means is someone making $20,000 a year and someone making $100,000 a year is absolutely no difference. They're both stagnant. They're both stuck. The only difference is the person making $100,000 a year working a job has a nicer house, nicer car. They simply spend more money. And then what he talks about the rich parents teach their kids is not to go out and get a higher paying job, not to go trade hours for dollars. Okay, but take the money you're earning in your current job, build assets, have your money work for you instead of you work for your money, use the positive cash flow from your assets to pay for your expenses. Boom. Simple concept. The best way I can describe it is he talks about Robert Kiyosaki, who's 25 years old, he wanted to drive a new Porsche, which probably most people in this room would like to do. Okay, he went to talk to his dad, his poor dad, his real dad, say, hey dad, I want to drive a Porsche. Okay, his dad said, told him probably what most of our parents would tell us, well Robert, you want to drive a nicer car, you should probably get a higher paying job. Okay, then he went and talked to his rich dad, his friend's dad, who's a multi-millionaire and started other companies. And he said, hey dad, I want to drive a Porsche. And that dad told him, no, Robert, you don't have to get a higher paying job. You have to take the money you're earning at your current job and put it into assets. Have your money work for you instead you work for your money. So you probably guess whose advice he took, the one that has the results that he wants. Okay, instead of getting a higher paying job, he bought a couple condos. He mortgaged them out for like $500 a month, rented them for like $1,000 each. He did that a couple times, produced about $4,000 a month in positive residual income per month. He took that $4,000 a month, covered his Porsche payment. The best thing about it, he said 10 years later, I still own the Porsche. It's paid off. And I still get that $4,000 every single month. Why is this not taught in school? I mean, because if it was taught in school, you'd understand why you don't need to go to school. Okay, so simple concept. The second thing I did is I started changing the way I look at money. I stopped trading hours for dollars, I started building assets. What you have right here is an opportunity to build an asset, something you build up once, it pays you forever, without any initial investment. There's no initial investment here, there's no startup costs, there's no long-term commitment, cancellation fees. All we do is order product. There's no $1.2 million loan to start up at McDonald's. We order product, share with our friends, build a network, a Facebook of people continually to order this product. The bigger our network, the more sales we create for the company takes the money from that and pays it to us. Okay, simple concept. So if you don't understand anything about it, definitely sit down with someone and you can go a little bit more in depth about this thing. But the only thing I want you to understand is that there's a desert out there. There's problems going on. People are looking for a way out. People are looking for how to make money a different way, every single day. Okay, and I'm going to quote Jim Rohn on this. He says the best thing about not being able to find a job is not being able to find a job. Okay, because you go out and you find something different. Okay, and you look out there, there's a drought, there's a desert, there's problems. We have the solution to the problem. We have the water in the desert. We have the answer to the prayers. We have literally what you can do, an opportunity to make money, create positive income. Okay, doing what we're already doing, marketing products, something we do on a daily basis. Okay, when there's water in a desert, when there's a solution to the problem, people are going to find it. Now, the people that find it most are going to drink most of it. So the only thing your friend that brought you out here tonight is trying to do is simply give you an opportunity to drink this water before it's all gone. Okay, and just get a full education, understanding, see what's going on. Ask questions if you have any questions at all. My only job here is education and understanding. Okay, I'm going to close it up on this. The fact that there's three types of people in this world. There's people that make things happen, there's people that watch things happen, and there's people that go, holy shit, what just happened? So I hope by now I've given you an education and understanding. Your only job now is to figure out what type of person you are. Maybe you're a C person, maybe you don't necessarily see what I see what whoever brought here tonight sees, and that's fine, no big deal. All power to you, have a good life. Okay, if you don't really see it, fine, no big deal, there's the door, respectfully see it. Maybe you're a B person, you say, okay, sounds good, I need to do some more research. I need to see what's going on, I need to see the numbers, I need to see exactly how it works. Awesome. In that case, there's a computer right here, there's videos to watch, we have people making money in this room. Who's gotten paid by Vima? Okay, all the hands, find someone with their hand up, go get all your questions answered, and then we'll take this thing from there. Maybe you're an A person. Maybe you say, holy shit. Okay, I got 1,000 friends on Facebook that don't wake up in the morning and say, I want to be sick and broke. I got everybody on my freaking Facebook that needs this thing. I market products on a daily basis. I drink Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, Powerade, Starbucks. Okay, I can do this thing. Why don't you shut up so I can sign up? Okay, if that's you, definitely link up with me right now, because those are the people I'm looking for right now. That's why I'm down here from Gainesville, because this team is absolutely blowing up. Woo! Okay, I've seen, like I said, over 170 people get started in this thing, and I've never, ever seen a freaking team like this just pop off out of nowhere. Okay, so if you're, the opportunity and being successful is about finding an opportunity, being at the right place at the right time with the right people, the stars are aligned. The problems are out there, we have the solution, and you're with the right people. Okay, so definitely thank you guys for coming out, and I encourage you to get all your questions answered. Get some, connect with who brought you out here tonight. Get some freaking duct tape and tape yourselves around them. Every single person in this room will have a 6-figure income within the next 2 years. Thank you for coming out, guys.